Bill and Ted Face the Music is the long-awaited third entry in the Bill and Ted series, and comes to us from director Dean Parisot, who's probably best known for the cult classic comedy Galaxy Quest. In the 29 years since the second film, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the dynamic time-traveling duo of Bill and Ted, played by Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves respectively, have had to come up with a song that will unite the world and save time and space from collapsing. The only thing is that they haven't written it yet, with the end of reality fast approaching. So with the help of their daughters Thea and Billy, Bill and Ted have had to come up with a song before it's too late. If you've seen the first two Bill and Ted movies, Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, you'll know what to expect with this third entry. Bill and Ted might be a little bit older this time around, but sitting down to watch Face the Music really felt like catching up with old friends that you haven't seen in years, and you just pick up where you left off. The good thing for newcomers, however, is that Face the Music does a pretty quick and efficient job at getting you up to speed on what's happened in the past, before getting us right into the action of this movie. Because as with the previous movies, Face the Music is focused on providing a fun and entertaining time, rather than confusing you with all the time-traveling nonsense that happens in these movies. With a movie like this, it's honestly best to just sit back and go with the absurdity of every situation, because that's where the fun and magic is. These movies know exactly what they are, and make every scenario as fun and ridiculous as possible. Trying to break down the movie's logic and how it approaches time travel will just cause more headaches than they're worth. And at 91 minutes, this movie flies by, without ever feeling like there's any baggage to any scenes or cutting too quickly. The pacing is pretty fantastic. Face the Music wisely splits the film into two stories, which intersect and overlap, following Bill and Ted with their antics in one storyline and then Thea and Billy on their own adventure. And at least this way we get to experience ample time with both duos, where older viewers get to have what will probably be one last adventure with Bill and Ted, while warming us up to Thea and Billy and passing the torch onto them, should they ever wish to continue the series. And it all works. Considering how long this movie has been in development for, every line of dialogue and scene has been thoughtfully considered to be as enjoyable as possible, with some jokes just asking to be turned into memes and be repeated for years to come, many of which just had me positively bursting with laughter just constantly. Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves just act so naturally with each other, and you can tell watching them in each scene that they would have had such a fun time making Face the Music, even with Keanu being beardless for the first time in many years. The fact that Keanu has resurged in popularity this last decade, with so many memes based around him, I think in part plays into how Ted is approached in this film. What the filmmakers do with a new robot character, and especially William Sadler as the Grim Reaper, who was sued by Bill and Ted, is some of the funniest stuff that I've seen all year. And as far as I'm concerned, William Sadler can play that character for as long as he wants, and I'll happily pay to watch. Not to mention the fantastic special effects makeup work done in the film by Kevin Yeager is just absolutely phenomenal, having to mold Bill and Ted into different shapes as the characters experience themselves in different time periods. Samara Weaving and Brigette Lundy-Paine need to be commended for their work as Thea and Billy, for some absolute nail-on-the-head deliveries that honestly had me thinking that they could be related to Alex Winter or Keanu Reeves in real life. They were outstanding. The only aspect that Face the Music seems unsure of how to manage is keeping Bill and Ted's English princess wives busy throughout everything that's happening, where they quite literally get pushed to the side. And I get it, the movie is called Bill and Ted, and we're trying to become acquainted with their daughters, but it just would have been nice to have seen something a little more interesting done with the wives. Ultimately, Bill and Ted Face the Music has one major goal, and that's to try and unite people together in a finale that I was just grinning throughout. It's the kind of conclusion that gives you just a bit of hope and faith that things will get better, even with all of us currently in the middle of this global pandemic. So Bill and Ted honestly couldn't have come out at a better time. Better yet, this is a comedy that you can show the whole family, without the drugs and swearing that come with, say, a Seth Rogen production. This is just a good-natured, wholesome comedy that embraces the absurdity of its world and characters, and that honestly, I can't wait to revisit over the years. Sure, if you're not into the characters of Bill and Ted, with them saying dude every 5 seconds, or if perhaps the story feels too ridiculous, then sure, you might be a little lost watching the movie. Overall, Bill and Ted Face the Music is a most joyous romp through space and time. It is absolute lunacy crafted with love and care, and honestly the most wholesome treat that you can experience at the cinemas this year. Bill and Ted Face the Music gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Guys, I hope you like this review. If you want to see more reviews just like this one, stay right here for your mono fix. Bye guys.